up, Lou?
You entered the black light, exited the mask.
Shells.
You entered the black light, exited the mask. You entered the black light, exited the mask.
Yo, we back again. If you throw it in the towel, then you're back in sin. We need the Holy Spirit, please let the chaplain in. Here at the front door, chilling with a childish grin. We can now begin. Now the truth be told, we're riding on the light to let the youth get old. And following the one that will soothe your soul and take your bad situation and improve your role to release your flow. It's a long stretch to loosen all the nooses from the baby's necks. And tell the young ladies they should save the sex. And tell the young guys not to break their neck for the place of sex, but get the paycheck. And real women really don't play that. A wise lesson learned really, really way back. I used to okay that. The Lord saved me, Jack, from a life of whack. Come on.
Into the black light, exited the mask.
Oh!
You entered the black light, exited the mask. You entered the black
You might want to start paying attention on this next verse.
You entered the black light,
Just give
exited
me your
the
attention for a minute. Damn. Come on. We from the same cut, but playing different positions. A top secret message got the president attention. Do what you do, just make the good folk listen. And trust me, yo, it's not about who you kissing. There is a plan to see you chewed up and shit out. The devil's burning red from the fire that we spit out. We on the get up, the hell with that down low. Cherish the gift of the wisdom that we found, yo. Still on the mission with the daily agenda. Your head's been cloudy, so I doubt you to remember that I walk with the king of kings besides me. Just like the root in India, I read. I volunteer, know the Lord didn't hire me. It is the spirit that inspired me. Water of life to show the chief where the fiery. We have no time for those that be acting grimy.
Yeah, I get it.
You see the light now? Boy, I've been talking to y'all for a while. You see, you thought this was for like some type of game. Man, revolution. Yeah. When you're free, your mind, your ass will follow. That's for real. And some of y'all locked up so bad, don't nobody have to put chains on you. Hell, you chain yourself down mentally, spiritually. Come on, free your mind, dude. You a king. Free your mind, chick. You a queen. Let me get something with some feel to it, some funk to it. Come on. I think I like that. Can we get some heavy drums in there? More like Caribbean, Caribbean. Yeah. Yes, bounce to this. I'm just a black man, title, yo, you give me that. I like them imports, never push the Cadillac. And what you figure, Mr. Man, while you're kicking back with sick plans to get you stacked, making chickens fat. You know you into that, chilling with your timber cat. Intoxicated to the point, past sinful acts. Be very nimble, Jack, or Jill will get a water back. And have your heart broke just like a heart attack. Look where your power at, no, not the idle cats. It's deeper than taps and hurricanes and old maps. The spirit flows, so my folks throw daps. Meant for the wise as well as the spoiled brats. So you can fold up or either you can fold back. I hold no judgment over those that have chose crack. Terror over habit that has been proven to hold back. With God on your side, you can get your soul back. Yeah. We need some 3 parts on this, man. What's up? I can't carry my boys at chorus. Come on, line up. Yo, I need y'all 3-part harmony on this. I don't know how you can work it out, but work it out. Hope you can see by the end of the night how deep this music is. What is it proud of man to gain the world and lose his soul? Hope you can see by the end of the night how deep this music is. What is it profit a man to gain the world and lose his soul? Into the room, you feel a certain doom. You might lose your hearing from the sonic boom. Out of the mouth is a sword and I'm taking you out. You try to stop me and I'm faking you out. Man, I wish I had an apprentice to build this work. Collaborate on synthesis, and I hope you remember this. Keep your enemy near to you. Far away, keep those that are dear to you. I hate beer, but I used to drink the brew heavily until the little habit turned deadly. I used to have a bud every day and all week, intoxicated to the point where I couldn't hardly speak. So do the knowledge, that means hold your head, let the past stay dead, and keep a level head, and don't be misled. Remember most of what I said, I'm hot like times in the rock, but you got us hot from working on the clock.
By the end of the night, how deep this music is. What does it profit the man to gain the world and lose your soul? Hope you can see by the end of the night how deep this music is. What does it profit the man to gain the world and lose your soul?
Mike's handed, I'm speaking candid. Understand this is the way that the masses demand it. I have wisdom, but God planned it. General media panned it. I blow flows on beaches and make you wonder where the sand went. The Taliban spent more times in design to destroy cities. My rhymes inspire minds. I'm known as Big Papa, but I ain't your daddy yet. But I could be your bro if you could get the concept. There be many that stand whenever I rip, but it's devastation whenever I rip. I spit flows that hit like mouth on tits, straight legit. You fake rappers need to understand that felonies, gunfights and drugs don't make a true MC. And I will do more than talk this talk. I will defiantly walk this walk. There's no need to spaz. Your nose bleeding while I'm beating your ass. You in the cesspool.
Hope you can see by the end of the night how deep this music is. What does it profit a man to gain the world and lose his soul? Hope you can see by the end of the night how deep this music is. What does it profit?
Ancient Chinese secret now. Yes. Did you not pay attention in your history class, partner? Wake up. Yes, sir. Partner, wake up. Yes, sir. Partner, wake up, son. It is written that there's nothing new under the sun, nothing new. And that the first shall be last, and the last shall be first. So take your position. Don't you know you are part of that scripture, yo? Yo, you've been getting in the way and what you knock you down. Yes, but we gon' bring the light, yeah. A Max B production, baby. You know what it is. Listen, I'm known to tell you to fight back. There's no need to sell crack just to live fat. Why don't black superstars simply give back when they know it's a struggle just to live black? Can you picture that, Mr. Aristocrat? I'm coming from the bottom, rising to the top, and conscious is the tone on the CDs I drop. I won't flip-flop like a black bass, but I will put a message in the song before I hook your ass. See, we first-class living, worse than slaves of the earlier days, and we adapted the ways of the slave master. I stand upon it, the very rock which put your people in bondage just to get 100. The big face kind, and it don't matter if it's making people lose their freaking mind. That's why I'm speaking mine, hopefully to change yours, to pull you out of these streets from these drugs and strange whores.
Is there love out there? Does anybody care? Is there love out there?
It's like we died inside, no longer having pride. We're still for rides, a new skill to hide. And like the red tide, go and get our heads dyed. Rebel against the laws in the cities we reside. Sleep the circumstance, though our eyes open wide. Fail to coexist, let alone coincide. Eat chicken many ways, but prefer it fried. Like your man on death row when his relatives cried. It's death a mistake because somebody lied. And we can only pray that Christ is by his side. Convicted on the statement implied with no proof. Now will the warden cry that he killed another youth? I truly doubt it. That's why we stay in the booth. Just cause it ain't enough. We should demand and show proof. And if they overlook our voices, then we raise the roof. Which one of y'all do?
Does anybody care? Is there love out there? Does anybody care? Is there love out there?
I need a hook for the treat your people like. Being that I feel like I'm a slave, maybe slave. You know, man, you made a serious mistake, babe. With how you handle me, homie. Slave to the system. Yeah, sound like a winner right there. Come on, come on. A slave to the system, then I broke free. Although I may not be with, I wanna see my folk free. A slave to the system, then I broke free. Although I may not be with, I wanna see my folk free. A slave to the system, then I broke free. Although I may not be with, I wanna see my folk free. A slave to the system, then I broke free. Although I may not be with, I wanna see my folk free. Hold up a minute, fam, let me ask you this. Did your last promotion offer you an ass to kiss? Hashtag for this. I know a better way in many, honestly. Wonder why you bastard shit. Your heart's got to be right to make it from here. For animosity and hate, you can place it here. No time for pity. We partying all the way. No time to be the victim. We got a call to take. Keep you square and watch God fall the fake. A linebacker reads well before they call the play. Hoping you always say. Hoping we always pray. Invest a little bit of time in the taller day. Forget the ball and play. We got stakes in Israel. And much more beef than the Shaw can say. Now that's the scholar's way. No lust for the cause of throwbacks. In fact, give them all away. A slave to the system, then I broke free. Although I may not be with, I wanna see my folk free. A slave to the system, then I broke free. Although I may not be with, I wanna see my folk free. A slave to the system, then I broke free. Although I may not be with, I wanna see my folk free. A slave to the system, then I broke free. Although I may not be with, I wanna see my folk free. Inside my struggles are deep bows and little Urkels and need no brown types with no remorse. If they hurt you, many out to take you. Plotting schemes for your paycheck. And no, I'm not a snitch just because I come and say that. You dude, I don't play that. When my boy T-Lo was killed, you know you saw me on the news. If you're choosing to way back, so stay back. I'm militant like Osama, intelligent like Obama. And you can ask your mama, no need to wonder. I'm like the 10th one under the commission of the author of life. When I was younger, I would do what a thug would tend to do. And if you got the last lick, quickly remember you. Our lives change, but still things remain the same. Slave masters got these brothers' brains and chains. Yo, I'm feeling your pain. Down and out in life, saying your prayers, but not seeing the change. We in the sin name. A slave to the system, then I broke free. Although I may not be with, I wanna see my folk free. A slave to the system, then I broke free. Although I may not be with, I wanna see my folk free. A slave to the system, then I broke free. Although I may not be with, I wanna see my folk free. A slave to the system, then I broke free. Although I may not be with, I wanna see my folk free.
Okay, I'm gonna get this going here. Let's unplug this back. So I got about 8 books in yesterday. The ones that I paid $6.66 to a certain lady who by accident sent it to me. So I'm gonna show y'all one. Maybe I'll show you one later when I read. The other ones I'm gonna show you. Now the ones that are coming, the other about 4, those are the ones that I actually just went ahead and took like the $235. It's like 225 something anyway after I had to pay them out and put it in the account, and it's still there. I mean, it's money in that account, so you know those books I'll share with you guys. This one I'm going to share with you, especially I know that Baby Girl Slaughter, whenever she sees this, or maybe even Snoo, maybe one or two of you might want to get into it. This is Dion. I told you I have a lot of books on occultism and stuff. Dion Fortune, 90th anniversary edition. This is forwarded by Mary K. Creer. I have a few of these books, but this one I said, let me share it with you. This is Psychic Self-Defense. I just got to see what they want to say, what they're doing, and what they're utilizing. And it's a little on mark and off mark. I skimmed through it. I believe this one was about $22, and it went down like $1.95. So, okay. And so I won't be reading this to you. I'll be utilizing this to see what's in here may be beneficial to some of you. I would say steer clear of these books, seriously, as some of you already know some of the books that I've shared. You know, I'm more into the Sacred Secretion and all those kind of books, 5 Rings and stuff that are, you know, a lot of so-called ancient Chinese and Japanese stuff that is really beneficial. But I also read cultism, you know, why? To see the spin and the goofiness they've put into the world, because there's a lot of that running around. Okay, I want to read this to you because I'm tired. I asked 2 people who are preachers who I grew up with, and they gave me the most uncomprehensive jibber jab. So when it makes a statement in Revelations 2:9, first it started at 2:8 and we'll go all the way to 2:10. And until, for those if you want to follow along, King James, Revelations chapter 2:8, verses 8 through 10. And 9 is going to be the specific topic, but it's always best to read before and after. Let me take a sip of this mushroom coffee. I wish I had some of that lion's mane. I found the thing that could just send. They have lion's mane, but I don't trust that. I think it's coming by way of China. Doesn't mean that I just don't trust governments and the people that scientists. I don't like them. Never have, never will. Magnificent. So I didn't order this. It's everyday doughs that came with this. I didn't even know they had different flavors. I just got regular old mushrooms, so I threw it over here. Oh, I think Baby Girl Slaughter said something about the mocha. So I guess I'm gonna try it. I'll try it tomorrow or maybe this afternoon. I like having 1 or 2 of these a day. Really good for the poopies. But yeah, so I'll give it a try because I kind of like mocha. So we'll see. I like mocha better than my women. Ain't that right, Snoo Snoo? Nabby, all y'all know what I'm talking about. Where it's supposed to be. That mahogany. So let's go ahead and get into it. Let me see if there's anybody here in chat, live chat. Oh, damn, there's quite a few of you. Jesus, good. Delusions. What's going on, baby boy Benji? What's going on, Baby Girl Slaughter? Grand Ascension. Yes. I got you guys. Lloyd. Whatever this shit. What's going on, Agidoi? Yeah, I was working on my Charles. What's going on, beloved? I was working on my Mandarin, but somebody was saying I need to learn a little Cantonese. Cantonese is what they speak in Hong Kong. So yeah, this stuff is good. I rise every day. I like both of them. I don't like mud water. I got like 2 of those in there. Some people like mud water though. My body just does the cartwheels with it. Okay. Anyway, let's go ahead and read this. Okay. Yeah, this book right here, I skimmed through it because I don't want to really damage it. So I'm really being malicious. I mean, I'm being particular how I'm opening and reading this book. This book has got some pretty cool stuff in there, but I haven't went through all the way through it. I was just skimming. You know, when you get a book, you look at certain things. Anyway, let's go ahead again. Revelation chapter 2, verses 8 through 10. And unto the angel of the church in Smyrna write, these things saith the first and the last, who was dead and is alive. And that's a riddle, y'all. Do y'all know that? Pay attention. Unto the angel of the church in Smyrna write. First of all, churches didn't exist then. These things saith, which you know the church means the body, the temple, right? So, and unto the angel. What does the angel really have to do with when they talk about your aurora? Dimensionally. Now we know in these certain books right here, I was reading Vanishing Phoenix, which is an awesome friggin' book. Thank you again, Olmec. What does it say about what's angels? There's 2 different types, right? I'm not saying it's the fact. I'm just pointing some things out. And unto the angel of the church in Smyrna. First of all, I actually have it, but I'm not going to go all the way over there. I want y'all to know that Smyrna, Georgia. Do you know what that is? Here in America. Okay. Let's go back over and finish reading. Yeah. Smyrna, Georgia is in America. And what would have still been considered Virginia, Florida, Louisiana, right? So then you have the Kakalakis in Georgia, right before Florida, right? The breakup. But you have the Starfords. Many If you walk back in the Carolinas and them swamps and them bridges, those are Tartarian. And all them big boulders and stuff y'all see with all the moss and vines, those are buildings toppled or destroyed. Grand buildings. These things saith, not said to, not said, saith, the first and the last, from the beginning and the end to the end, who was dead and is alive. Do you get it? That's verse 8, verse 9. I know thy works and tribulation. How many of y'all know what tribulation actually means? Okay, let me pull it up. A cause of great trouble and suffering, right? So if I know thy works and great suffering and poverty, but thou art rich, and I know the blasphemy of them that say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. Now are you having a little clarity? Let me read verse 10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Obviously, he's not talking about the Jews. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison. Everybody thinks the devil is this one little thing running around creating all this chaos and stuff. That's not what the devil means. I should know. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison. Are you not a POW now on your own land, surrounded by an infinitesimal amount of lies? That ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation, suffering, 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death. That means in the physical death. And I will give thee a crown of life, because he can't give it to you if you're dead, right? Crown of life. See, in that very statement in 9, that say there are Jews and are not, meaning it is made up completely. There's no such thing. Are you paying attention? That's why I shared that little information that I did the other day. And they have created, no, some of you didn't pay attention when I was reading Arthur Koestler's 13th Tribe. That they just created the rabbi. They created their religion. They created, because if you don't know this, I'm going to help you out right now. Most of these right front and these racist groups, are you aware that most of their leaders are Jews? Now, they don't profess Judaism and this, that, and other. They believe it's right for Christianity. They believe they constructed and built America. Oh, and they are very, very eloquent how they talk. Not one of them would be able to stand in front of me. Not one. Not one of them. I'd even let them wear their little hoodie. That costume don't buy me. It never belonged to them in the first place. It belonged to those of your ancestors who protected and garrisoned the star forts with purpose, man, to fall off. Again, I know thy works and suffering and poverty, but thou art rich. He's not speaking to the Jews. And I know the blasphemy of them that say they are Jews, who have lied, created Jew, everything that you see, so who say they are Jews and are not, doesn't mean that you're the Jew. You're Judeans, you're Atlanteans. Far from the mark. This world is old, y'all. This so-called earth is a very, 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 very old place. But they are the synagogue of Satan. That is who they conspired with, the likes of them, mentality. Somebody asked me, and I will say, yeah, there's somebody that's older than everybody here, or maybe a group of them. And they have subjugated everybody to these short terms in their perversion. They will continue to be more perverse, or them or it, whatever you want to consider. That's why I say it's important for you to dig deep, to have some remembrance. You can't just be handed everything. You cannot. You don't even know the simple things to do now. Oh, somebody made a donation. I appreciate you, beloved. My apologies. Somebody wasn't lazy on the stick. I appreciate that, beloved. It's not like they're censoring my page. Like I said, if with all the follows, I've gathered quite a few, and I appreciate all the beloveds that come here. We don't do crayon color. We don't do racism here. We don't do none of that foolishness. This is one family, y'all. Marcus Williams, appreciate the donation, beloved. Thank you. Oh, that book, I'm going to read some stuff to you, but I have to go through. And this one, even though I don't want to tear it up, I am going to be using the beige highlight on certain subject topics, because I really want to do this with the science of the sacred secretion to better find a way to metamorphose a better protection. Because a lot of you don't know that. Even though you start stopping sending out energy, you're still sending out energy. There's no displacement in there. You're going to send out energy until you actually come together. It's just the way it's going to be. And it's sad, but it is what it is. Until the day I choose not to be here, because then some things change, then it'd be what it be. You know, your loss, not mine. And they're real big mistake. Can't tell everything. We don't want nobody backtracking and backpedaling with their fake willpower. Anyway, so you're going to enjoy that. Now, we're talking about soon. And it's not disembarking me from the other books. It's not, listen to me. Reading you, Jamil Shamsi's going through it, having a conversation. I'm not going to read the book to you. I would advise you to go over it and read. Pay attention to Baby Girl Slaughters. Go over her YouTube channel and actually pay attention. If she did the read on here, just go and find out if you haven't subscribed. That's downright low of you not to support your kinfolk, your tribe. And that's pathetic. A lot of you haven't even subscribed to Ganja's page. And that's pretty pathetic. Mac V, I'm looking at his subscription. Some of you came over here after, and you have not subscribed to Max V Production. You have not subscribed to his channel. I just showed y'all ToLU'S got a page. Like, are y'all that troubled in your existence? And yet I keep giving you some kind of tea. You know what your problem is in the facsimile of things? You're still attempting to find out what or who I am. I am attempting to tell you to pay attention to what and who you are and how powerful you are. This is showing that you are still in the sump. You don't want to rise above. And that's why I mean the displacement of good energy going to places. And you're not going to stop. Because you all have this arrogant with yourselves. And that's a very sad thing. And if you didn't like what I said about the Chinese, I'm dead serious. I love my Chinese brothers and sisters. I studied Kung Fu in Chinatown. Listen to me. Under Grandmaster Cam Lee, the 5th great-grandson. And when he showed me drawings, and I said, oh, them look like Negroes. He's like, and Grandmaster Cam Lee, if y'all look at it, he's in Florida. I think he's in his 80s and 90s. He's still doing it. 5 Ancestral Kung Fu. He's on YouTube. I studied under him for 12 years. Chen style, Tai Chi Chuan, and 5 Ancestral Kung Fu. And we did the battle for him. We didn't do just the exercises. We literally did the battle. That's why I started learning a lot of weapons. I was self-taught, but I learned precision. Just a lot of weapons. That's all you need to know. One of my favorites is the 3-sectional staff. Okay? Laziness seems to be the go about, and then distrust of self. And if you distrust everybody around you, I'm not saying run out and start kumbaya and hugging up and ringing around the rose. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sitting there saying that. I'm saying when you start having more trust in self, that trust emanates outward. It's a vibration. It's really a frequency. And you're still on point. Now you're still attentive to things. Trust doesn't mean that you have to infuse yourself with everybody's the stableness. You don't have to. You see it for what it is, and you let a person keep it distant. All right. And you don't have to express. It's not hate or love. For those who are still using the word love, it's just imperative to how you're going to extend. You're going to extend one way or the other. You just might not like where you might end up, especially when the end is end. And when I say the end, again, I'm not playing. There's no computation. There's no nothing that's going to figure out the end and stop the end. It's just because there's precedence on them believing that the world belongs to them and they're converts, right? And that nobody else matters. That's a garbage way. That existence is a diffusion of perversions at the highest to the deepest levels in this fake place. These fake people who call themselves Jews. Theodor Albert Herzl, when he created the Zionist narrative, he was not a Jew. He was a Gujar. But he was all behind it. All of them. Rothschilds, Rockefeller, regardless of where the names come from. And they created this religion, warring. And they figured by using those of us the most peace who created so much, they're creators. Look at them. And they saw this. And they had to have it. And we knew they were warlike. And that's why we were prepped. And there are things out in this world, man. And I don't know if they really tapped into it. And they really should. Okay? But, oh well. Y'all are capable of so much. If you want to use the word spiritually. I don't like that word, but yeah, okay. The source. The frequency, the vibration. The fact of what you're able to control. What you're able to do. Without the perversion. Right now, I would not like to see any of you ascertain your true powers and your mind state, because you would be you'd be worse than a threat. You'd be a danger to yourself. But that's why I've been giving little bits of tea here and there, even in amongst their stupidity and their lascivious ignorance that is beyond, far surpasses anything at the moment. They don't care about nothing. Neither do they care about themselves. Okay? We still have melanated individuals talking about this one individual. I made a post. I shared the video. Don't go watching all the video and giving him shows. You can go over there and make a comment, or don't make a comment if you don't have no self-control. Let these so-called black Israel, call themselves Israelites and all the other stuff, let them be right where they at, okay? Do not consummate a relationship with that foolishness. You know, we're always going to have these tiresome Negroes. You know, Ron Murray, before we were Negroes, I watched it's the dumbest damn thing I've ever seen in my total existence. Just stuck in the lies. And you know why? Because they have so many brothers and sisters out there who haven't heard nothing else. And then you have certain people in the mainstream. You have Sonetta, Goofy. I'm surprised the Turtle Gang going over there to talk and just do damage, not damage stuff. I guess he's pissed off with what people were saying about his wife. Y'all really need to leave the brother alone. Okay, he has his history, he has his world, his life. And he went over there, and I watched a little bit of it. I can't watch it because it's just stupid. But, you know, and it's sad. People don't know the truth of this land or history. Stick with your history. Just leave everything else alone. You know, as I told you, as I expressed to you, you know, when I used to sit there and converse for years with Chief Langley, that day when he said they want to be from Africa, oh, he was done. I was laughing my butt out, and I was with my Jamaican brothers, right? The musicians and stuff for the church. And we was chatting. Well, I was waiting on Master Moo to come back. Some of you, I know y'all get that Black Diva magazine. Don't act like y'all still not perverts. Ain't nothing wrong with looking at some fine melanated women. And when I was security for him, I was waiting for him to come back to see what was going on with a party coming up in the weekend. If they want to be from Africa, then I haven't heard from him for a while, right? For like a few years. And I mean, you know, every once in a while, you know, everything's good, you know. Then all of a sudden he was like disappeared. And all of a sudden, you know, getting that plaque, and all of a sudden he's doing genealogy, this, that. He's going over to Egypt, Africa. I'm like, where'd he get all that? And then niggas became African. That's what you want. And I've met many people like that. In my conversations with J1 the Night Wolf, y'all know Telequest, Chief Darian Two Bears Ross. Tele Kwasa Yoko. I can't even pronounce his name right now because I miss him. I used to call him Chief. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people get tired, and they just look at y'all like y'all not doing the best. You're not doing the best to allow yourself to come around and see things for what they are. You're allowing the enemy to get energy off you, and then you're suppressing your truth, and you're allowing ignorance to reign supreme because you're conflicted. And that's just what the Gujars, Chaz, or whatever you want to call them, they knew that would happen. They knew exactly what would happen. And now people starting to realize that all the cereals are garbage. People are just now starting to realize that. I'm like, why come? You know, you always see the commercial, right? With kids eating the cereal and they're looking at the box. X generation, supposedly, right? Anyway, what are you reading? Or what is it that do you understand when you're reading it? Most people never had a clue because the whole system has always been a perversion and a lie. Somebody was talking to me about the USDA and the FDA. Okay, the enemy's narrative. The FDA and the USDA is garbage. They are part of it. Big pharma and everything. They have put their people in place. Some of you still having them cupboards on top of your refrigerator. You still have some. Well, this is what I can afford, and that's what we're dealing with. Look at right now in Louisiana, how these brothers out there that's shooting up and killing each other like they're retarded. You know why? Look at the old heads around them. Look at how dumb they are. That's what the prison did. Not all. Most of them, there's still people out there who are helping, but it's not enough. There's not enough to be who are able to articulate and bring people to like a bridge or passing that's worth crossing or moving through. And y'all know I don't like the news, but then I saw that woman that looked like a dude, and I watched the video of her stabbing that baby. Now look at the ones in China. Now look at the ones that happened in Korea, and I watched the ones that happened with the drunks in Russia, and then I do the research and I see of all the babies harmed, even watching the cartel member who microwaved that baby. I watched the video. And some would say, okay, that's ToLU'S, because see, you're going to get emotional. No, they have the source. They're still moving. It's there. Doesn't mean that it's been fed right. You don't have to sit there and litigate that it's corrupt. Look at all the police getting locked up right now. Look how the suicide number went up. What was the percentage of suicide rate? How much it went up? People think this is a game. In the last 5 years, law enforcement officers have a 54% increase in suicide risk when compared to the civilian population. So somebody was bothered. A friend of mine was a police officer saying, bro, I was like, just do the right thing, brother. Study Constitution, study the law. Don't be abusing your wife and this, that, and the other. Don't be sneaking and stealing. It'll come back. And most times, the people's today, the quickest resolution is to take their life. Is it based on a curse? If you believe in the word curse, like I said, energy is when you know how to control certain things. It doesn't mean that I got to sit here and make my body all of a sudden 100%. No, I need to have my plights and the suffering and the physicality of the world we exist in. It's appropriate. And so somebody was doubting me, but there were a few who were like, what the hell did he do? I don't know about no hoodoo, voodoo, and magic and all that other BS. I mean, I don't get into that. You know, they always make a blind ultimatum, to you guys. And I keep expressing what you're capable of, what you can do, a risk you must take. You have no other choice, actually. But y'all keep lamenting in this place of fiction, as if it's your only ultimatum or resolution. You know what I mean? It's not a game. The only people playing the game are the ones running around this world in the mischief and everything else. I mean, you got a police officer in New York and in California that makes roughly around $500,000 a year. What kind of nonsense is that? I mean, don't they? What is that? Sacramento, wherever they have one of those, like a luxury police department, and nobody wants to believe in anything but accept everything. The most corrupt thing is the thing that's supposed to be beneficial. And people have a hard time accepting the fact that the Supreme Court says they don't have to serve and protect. Then what are they? They're a private entity. Once you get in there, you move along with it, and you're taught to be perverted. Come on. And thank goodness there are still marshals and sheriffs who are really about the Constitution, and there are individuals who do lock bad guys up who are wearing costumes. You actually have cartel members in the police department in California and some other places. And it's known. Kill cults. The other problem is y'all's self-denial. Now, ain't no media news reporting the First Amendment out of there, go out there, blah, blah, blah. No time me messing with nobody. If you don't know how to start at grassroots movements, just like when I was expressing to y'all to be at the city council meetings and to pay attention, to write your affidavits and make it known, and then to go after some of these guys' trusts. They're talking about, oh, it's the citizens' taxes that pay for it. Mindless. I know somebody's starting to go, oh man, he was just reading to us about this bill, this note, the empty dollar, the taxing. It's funny how we're in debt, yet we can fight all these wars. I mean, you people are allowing this to happen. One thing Bill Carson said, he said, if you just took a quarter of the people and got them to stop working for a week, we could bring them to the negotiating tables. But you don't even know how to come together because they have these little certain rules and laws in certain places about gatherings, which ain't a law or a rule. So again, obedient slaves, listening to the synagogue of Satan, excuse me, and not allowing yourself to be able to process things appropriately because you don't know how to listen. You're arguing. I mean, arguably, you don't know how to process anything. You have no morals and no laurels. You just stand there and just sit there with good feeling moments because your body knows when something feels good. And most of the time that's because of something you've attained in the world of fiction or sex. And that's momentarily too. But as far as real truth of knowing what's good, you have absolutely no idea. My word good. Anyway, but you know what I'm saying? It's the people still talking about some damn good morning. And the truth of the history is after people are murdered, and they would look at them and they would watch them cry and stuff, and these small numbers, these bastardized things would walk around and you have a good morning. As if it's a joke. Well, it's going to continue. And they took that. You see how words are spelled? And everybody's talking about good morning. How are you? Because of the church. Turn around, turn to your left and to your right. Tell them, give them a hug. Say, good morning, brother and sister. What a grateful morning to be alive with Jesus in your life. And And you think you're not indoctrinated? Did I just not break love down? Now people are running all over the place. You was talking about that 7 years ago. I said, yeah, and I'm still talking about it. Reverse the word. Like I've been saying everything's backwards, reverse, upside down, and inverted. Like I'm doing some like vocal exercise for the benefit of you. I'm thinking I gotta shave my mustache off. Everybody's get by some member. Theo, why ain't you on? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what the hell? What do you think? I think I perm my mustache off. This is my mustache. It's always like this when I let them grow long. It's just the way it is. Somebody was like, Red, yo. I'm like, no, stop it. People focus on the wrong things. The wrong things. And you know me, it's not no problem. I'm just like looking up like, yeah. But at the same time, I'm going, oh, how do you fix that? How do you get the mind to work appropriately? But the focus ain't on meaningless things. Things that don't have no meaning whatsoever. It's called a follicle, made up of all these things that the scientists and certain people call, chemicals and DNA and blah, blah, blah. And it grows through that based on oils and minerals. And boy, if you get your ass away from me. I mean, come on, man. You perm, you must. I can't put no perm on my skin. Ex-wife tried to perm the back of my hair. That's not nappy or nothing. Just to see, like that mullet thing. Burnt the hell out my neck. Wasn't even on there a minute. Just wear a little spot when she started trying to go across. I said, I shaved my head bald and had to let that heal. I can't put that stuff on me, y'all. So no. It's the wrong damn things, man. They did a good job, man. I'm not giving them an attaboy. I'm just saying they did a good job. So I picked up some cabbage and celery. It's a little stew that a Chinese restaurant makes. So I called them and I went and picked it up. Man, a whole lot of Chinese folk up in there. Guy comes by and says, "You look like you got some Chinese in you." I says, "You look like you got some Chinese. You look like you got some G in you." He looked at me. I says, "What happened to all the very dark melanated people, the ones with the long, thick hair and the afros?" Huh? I said, just like when I got a good friend who was born in Japan. He's half us and half the Japanese. Came over here. He was in New York. I think since his parents came to New York to work some kind of whatever his dad did. And I met him in the Navy. He came into the military. He was born in Japan, half Japanese and us. And after the military, I think he did 12 years, he went back to Japan to take care of his mother. And wanted to be on the mountain where they live at. Where he says he lives in Japan. Anyway, he reached out to me. He hit me up. All right, on a messenger app. And we chatted for like 3 or 4 hours. And I says, why is all the half Japanese, these new people, and us, why they run around with this out of Africa stuff? He says, no, not everybody. A lot of people know, like you have a lot of Japanese women who married like people from Nairobi, Kenya, stuff like that. And says the ones that most of us, we've already had a debate with some of the brothers and sisters here. There's a lot there in Japan, y'all. And the fact of the matter is they know that their mothers or fathers are Indian. And he was saying, man, keep doing the videos. He said, I came across a video one day, a short. He's like, damn, that looked like, he says, that Petty Officer Brand. So I started looking at my video. So if you see this, Nseko, if you see this, brother, number love, bro. Well, you know what I mean. We're eternally bounded. We're old salts. We're blue nose and golden shellbacks, bro. Nseko, yes. He's trying to teach me Japanese. Anyway, right? He says it's funny how the melanated people were getting looked at a certain way by the old folks who were about to pass away. And he's finding it funny because he studied karate like me and judo. And he used to go up and visit the shrines and new people. And he know the original pictures. And he used to go up there and talk with them. I told you I did as well. And whenever you saw the Japanese acting kind of racist or something, or it's not like that now, But back then, he said, you're not even the original people of this land. And oh, them Japanese would get, oh, yeah. Ooh-wee. But see, the difference is when you have somebody that know, they make change. So that's the importance of the story is when you know you make change. So as far as Revelations 8:9, the whole ideology of a Jew is a fake, all the way fictional, and a fraud, all the way through and through. A lot of you are Judean. However you want to spell it and say it, start there. Okay, you're more than that, more than Atlantean. It goes beyond that, who you are. But this, a Judean and a Jew, two different entities. One created to make face while murdering the true Judeans, enslaving them, pushing them, changing their narrative. And this is the disease that you're dealing with. And you got a whole lot of folk who are going to say otherwise. What to do? Do the research yourself. And more people are coming into this knowledge. But stay away from the individuals like this, with that Jew and Star David, which is Rimfam, which if you study about Rimfam, it takes you on a long trip. Even I don't care about that narrative, regardless of what I do know officially. Okay? Again, I appreciate the donations, as I was saying when I cut it short. Until the followers are coming in, until they stop censoring stuff, I'm not here to curse all the time. That's just stupid. I don't like politics. And the danger of what I do to them, because they're weak and cowardly, when there's no threat of danger, is to see people come together and stop all the nonsense. But see, for the warlike, those who are sadists and all the other goofy words they have, that's the threat to them. Me personally, if I was a threat, I wouldn't be here. Neither would they. But that's not the case. I ain't come to stop nothing. I told you that. All right. When I had recall and I accepted who I was like, cool. And the first thing they did, they stepped out of pocket like they always do with the dumbass selves they are. You know, not to give that energy. There's nobody high and mighty, bro. Trust me. And y'all see things. Y'all see things all over the place. You gotta allow yourself to access. You have to let yourself to access by unlocking that fake vault and allowing yourself, permitting yourself to tap not into the fundamentals, the excruciating pain of existence, but your truth of light. We'll use those terms, okay? Really do. It's not a game. Okay. I'm going to go and run down the street right quick or walk. And we will read today. And it'll be a good read. And we will be starting off with 100 years of lynching. Okay? No swearing, no cursing. I really would like to see some young ones come in too and not entertain the fusillade of the world that exists before everybody. The perversions are everywhere in Hollywood, movies, everywhere. And even on with the media and all of them cursing and stuff. The issue is when they want to control the narrative, they're going to do what they got to do, right? You've got to have self-control, people. Okay? And you can, like I said, you can control a whole lot the moment you allow yourself to. You don't have to control people's ignorance. If you're attempting to control the people around you, then you're a bigger fool than I. When I say I, meaning there's some moments I feel like this, the real feeling, I feel like this is a waste of time. Yeah, you know, like who want to do something for 10 or 7%? But then when you know the importance of the very minuscule and the fine things, I mean, most big things you can't get to work unless you have small integral parts, right? Integral parts. So that 7 or 10%, if that be the case, is an integral part. Okay? I don't have to officiate it. All right? So who else came in? Yeah, they choose. Of course. Well, in ignorance. Yeah, the 13th. Yeah, it's a good book, right? Adversary equals devil. Thank you. And a few other meanings, but yes, Lord. Yes, beloved. So nobody else came in and said hi or nothing? I guess people are scared or something. I don't know. What is there to be scared of? I really don't get that. Well, I don't want to. Actually, I very well. Some people are so doubtful and can't believe, and they think they know everything. This is what happens in the world you exist in, right? You have these people who really, really embark on this knowledge of knowing, but only because certain actions and modes are secretive against others, right? Now, I'm not going to say from, because if you allow yourself to know, you'll see. But then you have these other individuals. They're going to keep making the same mistakes. Yeah, that's all I have to say to that. Okay? You need to know your truth. What does an indigenous or orthogonous person look like? What if I was to tell you that even you are an orthogonous? Well, meaning the first of any land. A special people, though. A very special people. For those who want to use the term people. But you are. As far as the narrative. And you have a whole lot of light-skinned folk who are just as orthogonous as you. They've been duped and stooped by an enemy who walks around and will utilize them until they're done utilizing them because of their ignorance. All right? Not all the light-skins, don't be stupid. But if you think Tartaria and people getting along didn't exist together, then you are fooling yourselves. And as I stated, even in the land of She, or there's other words for that place, I want to get into all that, Kate or whatever. A lot of those got along well with the other shades and whatever you want to get into. The so-called Udean of that land mass. That's right. That's what I said. The Udean, our brothers and sisters of that land mass, who constructed and built the most fabulous and greatest things. Just like our brothers in Australia. Just like our brothers all over, the Abkhazarians, the ones that were there. It's hard to find them. They still exist in very small numbers. And there are a lot of ones who aren't. Yeah. But you are very special people. And right now, you're acting like you need this little yellow bus. That's not a good special, y'all. Okay? Y'all need to get off the little yellow bus. Take the bag off the head with the D on it. And stop with that soggy, baggy lunch of stuff you wouldn't even feed the pig or the dog. I'm just saying. All right? So we'll get back on here about 12:30, 1 o'clock. I got to run out, like I said, and get a reading. All right? And the donations, yes, when the numbers and they stop censoring and all that other stuff, I don't want to lean on that and give them more energy. When the revenue is right, yeah, I'll remove the Cashapp. I'll just purchase the books and let you know what books I'm purchasing. If you want to super chat, that'll be fine. Because there's a lot of things I want to address and speak on. A lot of things. Nowhere I've covered anything, really. Baby steps. Babies do pretty good with their steps. You know what I mean? All right? Appreciate y'all. And nobody else spoke, huh? Am I still in live chat? Yeah, I am. Yes, you did. Okay, what was that? Did Adolf Hitler acknowledge who we are? He knew exactly who we are. Just like, when he met the runner. Jesse Owens. He had no disrespect for him. He had no hate or anything. He enjoyed his run. It was the things behind what was going on, and the fact that he knew that America be brought into the war. Ergo, the case of what we studied and read. We had no business in that war, and we were fighting the wrong enemy that were not our enemy. You know exactly who played the role, who played the part. Okay? Did y'all read up? I mean, come on, Westside did a live, and we talked about it, where I had mentioned to him, he did the studying, and he saw that I was telling the truth, that Palestine was in the first place. All right? Uganda was looked at. America was looked at. South America. You know the places that were looked at down there? South Africa. Y'all, there were several places they were going to pick to make their state, and they don't care about nobody. And then when I told y'all, why did they marry us before they married anybody in Africa? They were married, the men were marrying our women. They wanted to change the whole witch call to put their bloodline to say, okay, we control this, we're going to educate them, we're going to make them warriors for us. They didn't care about you. Make their way of life look abundant in this fake richness, and that you would want part of that. Instead of being in this, we didn't allow nobody to starve. We didn't allow people to harm one another. It never happened in this world like that. Now you see what's going on. Why do you think I read how long we've been at war for nothing? And the disease of that mentality is real. Okay? Train you and make you ignorant where you want to go fight. And so when the time comes, you just follow orders. What kind of life is that? And you're supposed to be top-notch, special, and smart and intelligent? No, I'll become and make it into a certain department, but you think that you will have more moral subjugation of self? Please. That's why I crack up at all the so-called badasses and tough guys. There's a lot of people out here can get their squabble on. It's misdirected and misfocused. Hope y'all heard that. Anyway, appreciate y'all. Ladies, brothers, about 12:30, 1 o'clock, all right? What was that? All right, T, what's up, beloved? And I'll see y'all then.